It's Head Tie Chronicles. This is me most of the time, so I'm not even about to dress up for you guys. However, I'm sitting here in my car, the sunroof up, sun gazing, and I'm just giving myself some time to think about life and shadow work. Now, I've always heard about shadow work, but I always thought it was like dark black magic or whatever. So I never really dived deep into it. However, I learned that shadow work is basically working on your inner demon, working on the things that make you upset, things that resurfaces unconsciously. And sometimes you could be totally fine. Everything's going well. You paying for your car payments are on time. Your rent is on time. You have money saved. You may have money in the stock market. You may have a business. You may have a beautiful child or a mate or a family. You may have everything, but still have some type of unhappiness inside of you. That necessarily doesn't mean there is unhappiness. There are a lot of things that we go through in life as children, young adults, teenagers that are still in our subconscious that we haven't really fully got over. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay. It is okay. The best thing to do is work on yourself. The best thing to do is work on yourself. Write down the feelings that you feel whenever you have this urge, this burst of anger coming out of nowhere. It's a lot of things that adults haven't dealt with internally. We just get over it. Life happens. Time heals all. Sure, it does. But what about that time, when that time comes, where you just explode and you can't control yourself and you're angry and it just consumes your time and your energy for hours at a time in one day? That's not good. And today it is October 17th, 2020, and we are currently in Mercury Retrograde. We are currently in Mars Retrograde, and it is currently a new moon. However, this new moon probably brought some insight into me, and me just staring. Look at these chemtrails. I don't know if you can see it, but just staring at the sun, getting my daily downloads of what the universe wants to bring to me. What I can say is work on yourself. Work on yourself. Stop trying to go out your way to make people happy. Choose those who choose you. Protect your energy. Stop going out your way to be there for people to prove a point. Sometimes you may have had friends or people who have done things for you and they are no longer in your life. Or, distance occurred in between the relationship between you and a person, friend, family, whoever. And that's okay. Don't feel guilty for that. Especially if it's people from your past who has helped you during your darkest times. I mean, I had to come to terms with that. Because sometimes people see you and will always see you as the person you used to be. Especially if they haven't been around you. They don't see you as this new, matured person. They don't see you as this new, they just don't see that. The person, they just see you as your old person, the old you, unless they've been around you lately. So try not to consume your mind and your feelings regarding people, period. But try not to consume your time on people who haven't seen you, who hasn't been around you lately. Like they don't know you. They don't. They just know the old you. And sometimes the old you could probably be embarrassing. You probably mature and you grow up and you look back and be like, wow, I can't believe I acted this way. Or wow, I can't believe I let my emotions get in the way and, allowed some reactions that pushed people away. It happens. Nobody is perfect. Don't feel bad if people think you're ungrateful, or don't feel bad if people don't know your side of the story when it comes to things, because that doesn't matter. They don't matter. Their thoughts do not matter. What matters is how you feel about yourself. What matters is you matter. You matter. What matters is how far you've came in life to conquer the demons that you thought you couldn't conquer. To my black sheep, to the people that don't fit in, to the people who haven't found their purpose yet, your purpose will come. You never know. The universe or God tends to hold back your purpose when you have the wrong individuals around you. The plane won't take off if the runway is shaky. And I had to learn that myself. Once I started getting away from certain people, doors started opening. Sometimes when you involve yourself around too much people, too much crowds, you're out partying, you're trying to fit in, you want to do this and that, and you want to go drinking, you want to look good, you want to wear your what is that? Sorry. You want to wear your foreign designer clothes, and you just want to look good, you want to stunt. That's all an illusion. Who are you doing this for? Why? You may like it. Some people want to be popular, but that's not what's all cracked up to be, because sometimes a lot of blessings are placed on halt when you try to do too much. Having too much people around you, too many different energies, too many different thoughts. And then you realize you are around people where you can't even express how you feel or your big plans, because they're not on that level of thinking. Sometimes these people will talk you out of some great ideas because they're not on that level. So sometimes it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to have no friends. I mean, it's not healthy not to be sociable, talk to people. It's okay to have friends here and there, but that whole every single day hanging out, linking up, talking on the phone for 3 hours a day. Oh, I'm going to call you. We just had a conversation for 1 hour, got off the phone. Then you're calling me back in 2 more hours so we can talk for another hour. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You done spent 6 to 7 hours on the phone a week with this person, and you haven't elevated in any part of your life. You haven't elevated. They haven't given you an advice. They haven't given you a plan to elevate out of your struggle. It's a waste of time. You're wasting time. Don't feel bad. If you feel like you're an outcast, if you're the black sheep, sometimes that's the best thing. It's a blessing in disguise. Why? Because you don't have anybody hovering over you where you have to worry about letting them down. You have your own mind. You do what you want. Especially to those people where you're considered the bad family member, The one that everybody talks shit about or look down on. Especially you, because I'm that person. I'm that person. Guess what? That's freedom. Because you don't have to talk a certain way when you come around your family. You can be yourself. They're going to judge you regardless. There's some family members, they can't even wear a certain outfit. I mean, okay, have some respect. But there's certain things. I'm coming from a Haitian family. There's a lot of things you can't really wear, say, do. Or you can be an adult and you still feel like a child amongst your elders. It's a blessing being the black sheep. You don't have to worry about doing something and being ridiculed for it because you've been ridiculed your whole life while you were trying to do your best. It's a blessing. So that's just my message to you guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about life. Don't worry about not fitting in or still not finding your purpose. Sometimes you just need to be alone. Meditate, pray, say affirmations. Say, I am powerful. I am power. I am love. I deserve everything. I attract money. I attract abundance. Money flows to me effortlessly, frequently, and abundantly. Say these things to you, to yourself, I mean. Sun gaze. Take off your shoes. Go to the park. Ground yourself. Put your bare feet in the grass. Breathe in while sun gazing, staring at the sun, asking the universe to answer all your prayers. Get into nature. The biggest blessing in disguise was me moving out of New York City, because it's a city. When people see you standing in the grass, they look at you like you're weird. At least where I'm at right now, I don't have to worry about that. I don't care how people look at me. I don't know that. Like, look at me. I would never walk around New York looking like this. I mean, it's normal. A lot of us do it. Wear a head tie or wear a do-rag, wear a hoodie, things to be comfortable. But when you live in a big city, when everything is a look, you feel like you have to go out your way to look good because you don't know who you're going to run into, or if they're going to look at you and be like, oh, guess who I saw looking like this, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you feel like you got to look good for people. Forget these people. They're not paying your bills. When you're struggling and you're depressed and you're going through things and you feel by yourself at that moment, where are these people that you are trying to, where are these people that you're trying to impress? Nowhere. They don't, like, come on. And then these people, they have their own battles internally that you don't know about. And then they project their own insecurities onto others. So, I'm just here saying, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Universe got your back. You just got to have your own back first. Don't worry about your past. Work on yourself. Shadow work. Work on your subconscious, I mean. And the unconscious feelings that resurfaces when you have the smallest trigger. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're crazy because you got ticked off from one little thing. Sometimes you got to dig deeper into yourself. Like, why did this one person's comment, or why did this experience, or me remembering one little thing set me off like that? You got to think about that. And that's what you work on. People have never walked in your shoes. They don't understand, and they'll never understand. So I'm just here to shed light on that. And honestly, I'm recording this video. This is more so for myself, because I've been going through it these few days. I've been crying, angry, hysterical for no reason. You know? Thinking about my deceased parent, thinking about traumatic childhood, friends that, you know, I thought we were going to be friends forever. Like, our kids would know each other. You know, we would be each other's bridesmaids, all that stuff. And that are no longer there. I'm not saying that I miss them, but it's just hard because when you have these plans and like you talk about them with your friends, 10 years later, it's just like, wow, nothing. I barely even know you. And then it just makes you scared to create relationships with other people. It makes you scared to get into new friendships. But I'm here to let you know that work on yourself. Affirm a group of positive people. They don't necessarily have to be clingy friends where you got to talk to every single day. But affirm. Ask for positive friendships, positive long-term, beneficial friendships where it serves you a purpose as well as you serving them a purpose. Ask for that, and it's going to come. You're going to start meeting people who think like you, act like you, and you start not to feel weird. But at the same time, don't try to do too much to feel accepted or feel like you fit in or anything. Be yourself. Be natural. Work on your shadow self. Work on your subconscious. That's all I gotta say to you guys. Because if I stay on here, I'm gonna start going to other subjects, and that could be for another video. All right? Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. Work on yourself. Nobody wants to be nasty, disrespectful. Nobody wants to come off rude, snappy. Nobody wants to come off that way, but guess what? Everybody has that in them on different levels. You just have to learn how to suppress them or how to pray about it. Heal, heal, heal. And don't give a damn about what anybody thinks. All right, I'm out.